So today I'm going to give a short overview of what is peer-to-peer lending and how it can help you to generate a stable cash flow on a monthly basis for you. So first of all, what is peer-to-peer lending or P2P? So, as we know, right, there are different people who may have requirements for money for different reasons, like maybe due to a family emergency, or say marriage, or say job loss, or maybe even to fund a business. There can be a number of reasons why people need money, and they need it instantly and they don't have it right away, so that's why they require loan. So either there are multiple ways that people can get loan. Either they go to a bank, which is the proper financial route to get a loan, or maybe they could request some of their friends or family members for financial help. So similar to that, peer-to-peer lending is actually another route they can resort to for getting a loan. So this is actually a new method of getting loans, easy access to loans. So this is not something new. It has already been there in other countries like the US, UK, Japan, Germany. I mean, all major European countries for at least, I would say, 10 years or so. But in India, it has recently started over the last 3 to 4 years, and it is slowly picking up pace. But I personally have tried it out firsthand, and I have also benefited from it. So that's why I want to share my experience with you, so you can also take a judgment based on that. But I would say that definitely you can give a try to it, because it can help you to generate a stable monthly cash flow in addition to your other income sources like salary. So P2P or peer-to-peer lending, here is how it works. So there are two types of people on P2P platforms, actually three. One is the borrower, that is the person who needs the loan. The second is the lender, the person who will provide the loan. Like, for example, the bank is the lender, so they can provide loan to the person. But in this case, the lender will not be any financial institution, but just another person like you and me. So other than the borrower and the lender, we also have the facilitator in the middle, who will actually facilitate the loan discussions between the two parties, and facilitate the loan agreement creation, and also in case of default, they will also facilitate the recovery of the loan. So what happens is, so this facilitator is usually some lending platforms. There are several lending websites, good lending websites in India. I will share those names later, but so here's the typical scenario how it works. So let's say person X needs a loan of say 2 lakh rupees. So they post that loan requirement on that lending website. Now there are other people who have registered as investors on those lending websites. Let's say I have registered as an investor on that lending website. So at any point of time, I can browse through the open loans in that website that other people have posted, and as per my preference, like after going through the requirements and terms and conditions of that loan, let's say I choose to invest or lend money to a particular loan. So in that case, the person X becomes the borrower and I became the investor. So once I commit to invest money into that loan, what happens, the next is the lending website or the platform that comes into the picture. So what next they will do is they will actually reach out to that borrower, get a loan agreement signed, stating with the court stamp paper and all the necessary legal proceedings, and they will have mention of all the loan amount, the loan provider details, and also the monthly EMI that borrower needs to pay to the investor. So like that, like me, there will be several other people also who will be investing into that loan. So it's not like, let's say that person X is a requirement of 2 lakhs. It's not like I will only provide 2 lakhs, right? I can choose to invest any amount I wish. So every lending platform usually has a minimum amount that you need to invest, starting from 500 to 1000 depending on the risk category. So let's say I choose to invest the minimum amount, let's say 500. So like me, there will be other like several thousands or lakhs of investors who will be also investing a small amount, like 500,000, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, depending on their requirement. So here for one borrower, we will have a pool of investors who will invest money together to fund that loan requirement. So in the final loan agreement that is signed by that borrower, that will have mention of all the names of these investors who have invested money to give him the loan. And also it will be mentioned that what is the EMI amount that borrower needs to pay to each of these investors every month. So with that and the court timestamp, the loan agreement will be signed and it will be uploaded on the portal. So next what will happen is so as soon as the investor commits to the loan, like I commit to the loan, automatically the money will be debited from my account and kept in a separate account of the platform, which is called a escrow account. So escrow account is nothing but just like a virtual bank account belonging to the platform. So when an investor commits to invest in a loan, that money automatically gets debited from the investor's account and gets stored in the escrow account. So once the loan agreement is signed and the loan is approved, what will happen? The platform will release this loan amount from the escrow account that will have the money from all the investors to the borrower's bank account. And then the loan tenure will actually start, and from the subsequent month onwards the borrower will have to deposit the EMI on a particular date with the lending platform. Again, there is a separate escrow account for borrowers, and then once the borrower has deposited the money, the platform will then distribute it to the investors based on their EMIs, proportionate EMIs. So that is basically like a high level overview of how the peer-to-peer lending model works. So like this, actually it can help to generate a stable monthly cash flow, and this is like an additional income on top of your other income sources. For example, people who are working, they have like get salary from job, or people who are in a business, they get revenues or profits from business. So those are one source of income, but this is like an additional source of income which you can think of to increase your monthly cash flow. So there are several good websites that are there in the market right now in India that can help with the peer-to-peer lending and to generate a stable monthly income. So personally, I am invested in Lending Club and Faircent. So these two I have found are actually very reliable, and they have a good profile of borrowers who have a good high credit score, stable income, and there are less chances of default in these two platforms. So although I would not say it's like totally zero, there would still be some defaults, but as with any investment, it comes with both risks and returns, right? Without risk, there is no return. So, but comparatively, as compared to the market standards, industry standards, the rate of default is less in these two platforms, Lending Club and Faircent. So definitely, I would recommend these two platforms if you want to start. So yeah, so I would say that you can start investing in one of these platforms and start with a small amount, like let's say. Uh, Start by investing maybe in 3 borrowers in 3 loans, see how it goes, and then based on that you can slowly look to increase it in future as well. So hope this was helpful. Let me know if you have anything that you want to clarify in the comments below.